What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. My name is MFozzii, and today we are continuing the Monday Custom Tactics upload series. Today we're going to be looking at the 5-3-2 increasingly popular formation. We'll dive right into the tactics in a second. Just real quick, I want to say thank you. I think we've hit 100 subs there overnight, so you know it's a small milestone in the grand scheme of things. But thank you guys. You know, a couple months of the content journey now, trying to get into the schedule, getting the routine. We hit 100 subs. Some of the videos are in like my regards popping off, getting a couple thousand views on them. So just thank you for that. As I say, if you do enjoy this video, leave a like, please. Just lets me know that you guys are enjoying this content, or maybe there's a formation you guys want to see. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Help me on this content journey. And yeah, you can follow me on Twitter too. That's where I sort of like post regular updates, what's going on, my opinions on things. So without further ado, let's jump right into the 5-3-2 custom tactics. Alright folks, so here's the thing. The 5-3-2 since this recent patch has become increasingly popular, and there's a couple of reasons for it. You can see, I mean, if you want to now, take the screenshot of my tactics, there you go. I'm not too arsed, but it helps defend the through ball. Obviously 5 at the back is quite stable. The wing backs get into great positions, and if you know me, if you've seen the videos in the past, you can see end of November we put up a 5-2-1-2 custom tactics video. Last week we put up a 5-2-1-2 custom tactics video. I'll be honest, I still prefer the 5-2-1-2 over the 5-3-2 purely for the attacking options. Having that cam rather than 3 centre mids makes attacking so much more easy and so much more fun. But for pure defensive stability, the 5-3-2 has become really popular. So I run press on heavy touch, 5 width and 6 depth. Because you have 5 at the back, you can afford to run that higher depth. So you're going to have 3 nice centre backs, so they're going to be easily, you want pace merchant centre backs. Like Varane is perfect for this sort of setup. And seeing sprint speed, 6 depth, have 2 good centre backs beside him, and he can catch people up on the 3 balls. And then offensive, it's balanced with 5 width, 6 players in box, and 3 on the corners and free kicks. This is what caught me out for a little bit when I started testing this formation. I love running long ball, but you can run it, but it doesn't work that well with the 5-3-2, and I think it's basically because obviously you have defense, midfield, attack, as you normally do, but because it's like the 5 at the back with like the wing backs relying to get forward kind of thing, it just there's little gaps. And if you're playing long ball, obviously your players are starting to make runs in behind, but your strikers will make that run in behind, and then there's nothing behind, like there's nothing to do with it unless you get lucky on that through ball and you get one-on-one with the keeper, which is very unlikely whenever you're playing people who have say 4 or 5 defenders on stay back. It just, you basically hitting a brick wall. As with the 5-2-1-2, the cam on stay forward free roam would sort of slot in between the two strikers and would make those darting runs forward for a long ball. So it didn't really work. You had to play balanced. If you want to, you can run a fast build up option. I would recommend this if you're chasing the game, or if you're wanting to put that like, a little bit of attacking pressure on your opponent. I flicked it on and off throughout the weekend league there. Sort of fast build up or balance is what I found that worked the best. That's how we line up in game. I'm just going to go into the tactics real quick so you can get everything you need to know, and then I'll discuss personnel. So the 3 centre backs, as you can imagine, are all stay back and normal interceptions. That's the default settings. Keeper is balanced. In different formations I run sweeper keeper. Again, it's personal preference. We have this discussion every video. The fullbacks are join the attack and overlap, and this is probably the most crucial part of this formation. I used to be an advocate of balanced fullbacks on the 5 at the back. 5-2-1-2, balanced or join the attack works perfect, but because you have 3 centre mids, you need these guys to be making those forward runs every single time. And where I initially was going wrong was I was running mixed, because mixed has been better than overlap pretty much all year so far, the exception being for this formation. Because you have 3 centre mids, when you have them on mix, if they make that like inside run, you have 3 centre mids and 2 strikers. You have no width of tall if they make an inside run, so they need to be on overlap. But yeah, the width is key, so you need them to be on overlap. Your central centre mid is stay back and cover centre, and then you have your right centre mid on get forward and get into the box, and then and cover a wing, and then your left centre mid is get forward and cover a wing. So basically, is you want your somewhat defensive player, stay back, cover centre, and then you can pick and choose what side you run these on. You can have the left centre mid on get into the box and the right centre mid not. That's personal preference for each side. But as I'm saying, because you don't have a cam in this role and you're relying on the fullbacks getting forward, you basically want to make sure that the two box to box attacking midfielders are going to be getting forward for you. For a while I was running just it was just Bamba on get forward, and Yuzuki was playing like a balanced role, and then I had a couple of other players playing balanced in there just to test it out, and there was a lack of like attacking penetration. But as soon as I flicked him in to get forward, get into the box, obviously Yuzuki for the headers, and having another one to get forward, it gave me a lot of options. So then you have your right striker on just pure stay forward, and your left striker on stay central and get in behind. Obviously, we want the width from the fullbacks, and you want that striker, your fast striker, your fast winger on just get in behind, stay central, and penetrate the through balls. So I think that's probably the quickest I've got through the actual custom tactics for you. That is what I run for the 5-3-2. I mentioned at the start of the video I prefer the 5-2-1-2. Last week I did a video on it. It's going to be linked down below. There are a lot of similarities in it, and I'll just want to sort of talk about personnel right now, because you're probably looking at mine and thinking I've got Renato Sanchez playing centre back, and this was just because I bought Renato Sanchez. I was mixing up with different formations and testing different formations, so he just became when I took Gattuso and Duncan. I had Gattuso in the team and I had Duncan in the team. Once they came out, Renato kind of had to play there. So what I would say is, Amavi for me is going to come out, and I'm going to have a Kuna playing at left wing back. I'm not a big fan of Mendy, honestly. Amavi can do the job, but you want someone who has high base pace, and when you put a shadow on them, we're close to like 99 pace. So I'm going to be putting a Kuna there, a Kuna, Mendy, Theo Hernandez. There, so you recommend that's what you wanted, that left wing back. Right wing back, Tavernier is fantastic, and Saldi can play there, but again he's that little bit slower. So I think most people can put it the Tavernier, basically probably the best right wing back in the game, outside of Icons. Even with Icons in it, probably still the best right wing back. You want for this. So what I do is you start 4 at the back, and then you drop one of your midfielders into defense is the best way to do it, because you want your centre back to be able to like be comfortable in the ball. So a flashback Khedira used to do this role really well for me. I said being comfortable in the ball. Gattuso can actually play there. He plays there quite a bit, and even Duncan. They're the sort of players you want here. You can get away with like a medium of Khedira, but you realistically want a high defensive medium attack player to drop in here, and you want them to be comfortable on the ball. It doesn't have to be like CR7 comfortable on the ball, but just better than your normal centre back, because you're going to rely on them for passing channels quite a lot. So again, Duncan, flashback Khedira, those sort of players. I mean, Vieira will probably drop in nicely there, and then your likes of Renato Sanchez is who you'd want to be playing in this stay back centre mid role. I'm using Hussein Mawar there just because he's what I had. It was what was linking into the team. But having a high, just pure box-to-box player here is what you want. You don't want another player like Duncan or Gattuso though, because if you do that, it becomes far too defensive and a lack of options. So you have them to stay back anyway, but when they're high, they will sometimes sort of just they will actively run forward a little bit more. So I think Renato Sanchez would be perfect there. Bamba actually works very well for like a wide centre mid, and Yuzuki was working really well here. You could probably take one of these out and run a box to box instead. So in this case, you probably sacrifice Yuzuki, bring in another box to box. For example, maybe if you had Bruno Fernandes here, you run a Renato, Bruno Fernandes, and then like Bamba on the get forward, and then your attackers are just your attackers. Like it is what it is with them. But guys, that's the 5-3-2. It's become increasingly popular for the reason I mentioned at the start of the video. It's just very solid formation, and it's one of those ones you get it quite a lot. That like one formation clicks to me by YouTube or a pro, and it just becomes this wave of I need these custom tactics. So I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of them going up. With me having tested the 5-2-1-2 and using it quite actively throughout the year, I wanted to try the 5-3-2 and get out what my best tactics were for it. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please leave a like, rated, join the channel if you're new, help me on the content journey, and we will see you in Wednesday's uploads. As I said, we're going to aim to try and get Monday, Wednesday and Friday uploads, with Monday and Wednesday being the priority. Final year of uni, so that Friday will sort of it'll flicker, but that is going to be the aim. So hopefully we can hit those regularly, get some regular content, and follow me down below on Twitter, guys. That is where you'll get all the updates. So with it, we will see you in the next video, and hopefully you can get some extra wins with these tactics. So goodbye, guys, have a good day.